You know, guys, I hate saying I told you so. But I did. And I was right. You remember when Mavuso Msimang resigned from the African National Congress, people came from left, right, and center and said that Mavuso Msimang, he's the best. Mavuso Msimang is an inspiration. Mavuso Msimang is actually standing up against the African National Congress, and this move is to be commended. Mavuso Msimang is the best thing since sliced bread. I came on this platform and I said, guys, do not applaud Mavuso Msimang for leaving the African National Congress. The man has been with the African National Congress for 60 years, 30 years of his time. It was back then in apartheid, but 30 years of his time, it was in democracy. So for Mavuso Msimang to come out now and say that the African National Congress is failing to deliver the needs to the people, the African National Congress is corrupt, the African National Congress is failing to renew itself, why did it have to take him 30 years to realize that? Many politicians have already left the African National Congress after they realized that the African National Congress is not actually the party for the people. That was my criticism towards Mavuso Msimang, that man, it didn't have to take you 30 years to realize what the African National Congress was doing. It didn't have to take you 30 years. That was my criticism towards him. And I said this move is not genuine, because there's no way that you can tell me that as an ANC veteran and as an ANC Veterans League deputy president, you only realizing now that the African National Congress is actually failing the people of South Africa. To me, it makes no sense. So this was the reason why I couldn't applaud Mavuso Msimang. When people said that Mavuso Msimang is brave and all of these things, I said, man, come on. Mavuso Msimang has actually benefited. He has gotten every single benefit to get under the African National Congress. This man actually enjoyed the perks of being an African National Congress veteran. You have to remember, these people, men, are applauded for fighting the apartheid government. They are applauded for fighting the apartheid government. For some reason, man, in South Africa, this is the reason why I am so against when people go out and start renaming the streets and saying that these streets must be named after our struggle icons, these streets must be named after our struggle stalwarts. And I say, guys, when are you going to start renaming the streets after average South Africans? Because now you're making it look like these people are the only ones who fought apartheid. And to be honest, average South Africans fought apartheid while many of these people were running away. Many of them went to exile. The average citizens of this country were the ones fighting apartheid. So for these people to come out now and being honored and being given money and the pegs and the glory for fighting apartheid, when citizens of this country fought apartheid, man, to me, it feels weird. This is the reason why I find it so hard to honor these people who said that, who people said that these people fought apartheid. I understand, man, average South Africans fought apartheid. Average South Africans, a lot of people lost their children in the hands of apartheid government. A lot of people lost their family members in the hands of apartheid. You have to understand that back in the days in apartheid, there were actually white people who were against apartheid, and those white people, I mean, were called names, were called sellout, and all of these things. So in this country, man, people from all races, man, apartheid, man, it dates from all races. You can go to the Indians, man. The Indians, they also have their own history. When it comes to apartheid, you can go to the African, man, you can go to all people in South Africa. These people were facing the apartheid government in some way. But for us as a country to honor these people as if these people are the only ones who fought apartheid government, man, it doesn't make sense to me. This is why I don't understand why are these people being given all of these perks, being given all of this glory, when South Africa as a whole was actually standing against apartheid. You have to remember, that referendum. The referendum, a lot of white people voted for apartheid to end. This is one of the, these are some of the things that people are not telling you. These are some of the things that these struggle icons or people who actually celebrate these struggle icons, they will never tell you that many white people actually voted for apartheid to end. These are the things they will never tell you. I said South Africans must never honor this person. I said South Africans must never clap hands for the African National Congress. That was my criticism towards him. A few days later, Fikile Mbalula said that Mavuso Msimang was actually bribed to leave the African National Congress to go and join the party of Roger Jardine, changes us now. This was the claims of Secretary General of the African National Congress, Fikile Mbalula. And Mavuso Msimang came out swinging and said, man, Fikile Mbalula must apologize. Right now, Fikile Mbalula must apologize. Or else, even he was also threatening Fikile Mbalula saying that Fikile Mbalula must apologize now because there's no way that he's going to allow people to think that he was actually bribed to get out of the African National Congress. Today, we get a report from the same African National Congress secretary saying that, man, Mavuso Msimang has rescinded his resignation to the African National Congress. It only took him one meeting with the African National Congress executive for him to rescind his resignation. So Mavuso Msimang actually used the emotions of black people. He actually used the problems that are faced by black people to actually fight his own fights with the African National Congress. He used the people. Now people, the same people who congratulated him are saying, man, this is a joke. How can this guy do this, man? What a fuss, man. I told you. For some reason, man, for some reason, you believed him. You believed the African National Congress. You believed Mavuso Msimang. And I told you guys that, man, you cannot applaud such stuff. I told you. He used the problems that are faced by black people, man. He used the problems that are faced by South Africans in general. He talks about corruption, man. He talks about the African National Congress failing to renew itself. These are the things that average South Africans are talking about. These are the problems of average South Africans. These are the problems that are facing average South Africans. So he used the average South Africans for his fight with African National Congress. We don't know what Mavuso Msimang was fighting with. We don't know what caused the fight between Mavuso Msimang and the African National Congress. At this stage, I think it is safe to say that we don't know the fight between the African National Congress and Mavuso Msimang. Because if Mavuso Msimang was actually honest and genuine about his reasons for leaving the African National Congress, there would be no need for him to rescind his African National Congress resignation after one meeting with the executive. There would be no need. But he rescinded his resignation. For some reason, he believes that the African National Congress is going to address all of his problems, man. The party is going to change. Going into 2024, man, the African National Congress will be clean. It will be the newest party. Man, you know, for some reason, he believes that the party will actually change. And now the same people who congratulated him and applauded him are left stranded. And this is why some of us are laughing. Because I saw this coming. I know these people, man, they don't care about the people of South Africa. I know every time when these people come out and start using South Africans or start using the problems that are facing South Africans and emotionally blackmailing South Africans to actually support them, I know that there is something wrong. I mean, this is the same thing that can be said about national health insurance. I mean, come on. Everyone knows in South Africa that the African National Congress is responsible for the collapse of our healthcare today. You go to the townships, you go you go everywhere. You go to every public hospital in South Africa. Go to every single public hospital in South Africa and come and tell me what you think about those public hospitals. Go to every public clinic in South Africa and tell me what you think about those public clinics. If the African National Congress is failing to maintain the standard of the public hospitals, what makes people think that the African National Congress can actually handle something so complicated and big like national health insurance? It makes no sense. But you know what the African National Congress is saying? It's saying, no, man, everyone who is trying to criticize this bill, you don't want the poor people to get the same quality of standard that rich people are getting in this country. This is them coming to the people and telling them, man, you don't have to use those public hospitals that we failed to maintain. You don't have to use them anymore. Now, if you are sick, you're going to have to go to the doctor or you're going to go to the public hospital. You're going to have to go to private hospitals. Somehow it makes sense to people. It makes sense to people. Poor people right now, poor black people right now are talking about, man, just imagine, if I'm sick, I no longer have to go to this public hospital that the African National Congress has actually failed to maintain. The African National Congress, that the African National Congress is actually responsible for its collapse. Now I'm gonna go to the private hospitals, man. This is what people think. If these people, man, cannot maintain the current healthcare system that we have right now, what makes them think that they can maintain something like a national health insurance? Man, even the doctors are threatening to close their partitions because they're saying, man, there's no way we're gonna trust the comrades with something so complicated and so big. And with so much money, man, you know you cannot trust the African National Congress when it comes to money, man. You cannot trust the African National Congress when it comes to money. This is why everyone today is saying, man, this whole thing of national health insurance, man, you flush it down the toilet. flushing down the toilet. You can't tell me that you want to implement a national health insurance in 2026. You are failing to maintain the current hospitals that we are having right now. So how can you come to the townships and promise people that you're going to give them the best health care? Now they're going to have to go to the best hospitals when you have the hospitals and you failed to maintain the same hospitals. Politicians are emotionally blackmailing black people, man. And black people fall for the same trick each and every time. This is why when Mavuso Msimang said, man, I'm resigning from the African National Congress. And these are the reasons why I'm resigning from the African National Congress, man. It was not hard for people to support him. Because what he stated there, it's what people are talking about. The party is corrupt. The ministers are corrupt and incompetent. Man, the president is slow. You see, those are the same reasons. And those are the things that people are talking about on the ground. He used people. He emotionally blackmailed people. He knew that he didn't want to leave the African National Congress. He knew he wouldn't survive without the African National Congress, but he still played his game. He used people. A lot of people were supporting Mavuso Msimang. So, like I said, man, I think right now it is safe to say that we don't know what caused the fight between Mavuso Msimang and the African National Congress. We don't know what the hell Mavuso Msimang was trying to do. We don't know if he wanted a position. We don't know if he was trying to hold the party at ransom. We don't know. Right now, we don't know. Because the one thing that we can say for sure is that his claims for leaving the African National Congress were not genuine. Because it only took him one meeting with the executive of the party to say, man, I'm rescinding my resignation. I'm joining the party again. So what makes Mavuso Msimang think that the African National Congress is going to change after 30 years? Man, they failed to change in 30 years. In democracy, man, these people have been in charge of this country, man, for 30 years. Some people were born and died under the African National Congress. People were born in this country and people died. The African National Congress still running the country. And Mavuso Msimang thinks the African National Congress for some reason is going to change. All of these problems that he's talking about are going to be addressed. Man, Mavuso Msimang must not play with the people. Ramaphosa spoke about the same things when he became the president in 2019. He said that, man, we're going to clamp down on these politicians. We're going to make sure that all of these people, man, that are implicated, man. Ramaphosa came with that. Ramaphosa came with that. He promised people that he's going to deal with all of these ministers. He promised people that, man, I'm going to give you a minimum government. I'm going to give you the most competent ministers. He promised people that. People fall for that trick. They fell for it. And they voted for him. 4 years down the line, man, they are regretting voting for President Ramaphosa. Each and every single person who voted for Ramaphosa right now, man, is regretting voting for Ramaphosa. So Msimang saying all of these things, man, to me it was like, this is not the first time I'm hearing the African National Congress cadre talking about the problems that are facing the African National Congress. But for him to think the African National Congress will actually do something about all of those problems, man, to me it is naive. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So the question comes, what caused the fight between the African National Congress and Mavuso Msimang? These two, Mavuso Msimang and the African National Congress, what is it exactly were these people fighting about? What is it exactly were these people fighting about? Man, South Africans are funny, man. South Africans are funny, man. You see this whole thing of Mavuso Msimang, this is a clear example. If you want to see how gullible South Africans are, this is a clear example, man. If you want to see how gullible South Africans are today in real time, just look at this example of Mavuso Msimang. This shows you how gullible people are. For people to actually think Mavuso Msimang was going to leave the African National Congress, for people to think that his reasons for leaving the party were actually genuine. After 30 years, after benefiting almost each and every benefit to get under the African National Congress, he resigns. You remember one of the reasons one of the reasons why I criticized him so much is because he said that we don't think, according to the statistics and according to the pollsters, the African National Congress is not going to cross the line in 2024. Mavuso Msimang said that the African National Congress is not going to cross the line in 2024. Go back to that interview of SABC. That was one of the reasons why he was leaving the African National Congress. And Man, when I hear Mavuso Msimang said that, man, the first thing that came to my mind is that, man, you know that your benefits are going to dry up and you are jumping ship. You knew your benefits are going to dry up. Now you wanted to jump ship. Man, this is one of the reasons why people love this platform, man. And this is one of the reasons why I love this platform, man. And I remember last week I said that, man, guys, I'm not a political analyst. I'm just an average South African, man, speaking my mind. This is why I don't want to look at things from the perspective of political analysts, because right now political analysts who actually applauded Mavuso Msimang for leaving the African National Congress, today they were doing damage control. They are doing damage control right now as we speak. They are coming up with all of these terminologies to try to make people understand why Mavuso Msimang returned to the African National Congress. Maybe this is the moment for the African National Congress to actually reflect on the party and to do something about what Mavuso Msimang spoke about. And they were wrong. All of them, they were wrong. I was right. Why? Because I'm not a political analyst, man. I'm an average South African. I'm speaking things how I see them. I don't speak things because I want to sound smart. Right now, they are here, like they are doing damage control. Just go on television. They are doing damage control. They are talking about, man, this is the moment for the African National Congress to actually reflect on the party and on the state of the party. These are the same people who were applauding him last week for leaving the party. They were applauding him for leaving the country, for leaving the party. They can't say, man, we were wrong. This guy was not genuine about leaving the party. And I'm here proud to say that, man, I was right. To say Mavuso Msimang was not genuine about leaving the African National Congress. I was right. I was right. He returned back to the party, man. He's still gonna get the benefits. He's still gonna enjoy being a cadre of the African National Congress. He's still gonna enjoy being a veteran in the party, being respected in the party. He's still going to enjoy that. I don't know what's going to happen with the people who actually applauded him for leaving the party. I don't know what's going to happen with them, man. They listen to all of these political analysts that are sounding smart all over television, man. You know, the season watch of this world. They listen to that. They listen to that. They don't even know how to react right now because the man has rescinded his resignation. And after Mavuso Msimang left the African National Congress, man, these people, man, were on television each and every day, bashing the African National Congress and reminding the African National Congress that, man, you see right now the legends like Mavuso Msimang are leaving the party. It's because the party is corrupted, the party is breaking down. Even the legends of the party are leaving the party, man. They were there supporting Mavuso Msimang, and the people were there behind them supporting Mavuso Msimang, say that Mavuso Msimang, man, you are the bravest man in the world. After receiving the benefits of the African National Congress for 30 years into democracy, for actually doing nothing for the people of South Africa, you are the bravest man the country has ever seen. People were there. People were there. Man, I hope from now people can actually see that the politicians don't care about them, especially black people, man. I hope that they can see that politicians don't care about them. Politicians, they don't care about you. If they want your support, man, they're going to talk about things that they know that you are passionate about. They know that the people are passionate about the corruption within the African National Congress. They know that the people are passionate about the fact that the African National Congress has actually turned into nonsense. All the ministers are incompetent. The president is slow as hell. He's always shocked about something. He's not clueless about anything. Politicians, man, will emotionally blackmail you. If you are not smart, if you don't want to use your critical thinking, if you don't want to use a critical thinking, man, politicians are always going to play a huge number on you. You saw how easy it was to manipulate black people, man. Even if I was a politician, man, I would manipulate these people so easy. It's so easy to manipulate black people, man. So easy. It's so easy. Every time when something happens, man, they use their emotions. They don't use their heads. They use their emotions. They use their emotions. This is why they failed to recognize that Mavuso Msimang leaving the African National Congress and stating the reasons why he was leaving the African National Congress. He was actually not genuine. He was not genuine. So guys, I don't know if I'm wrong. Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button, and the most important part is subscribe. My name is Thomas Mavuso, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.